about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was great sounds of Watson with Outside on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, a music award winning, the one, the only, album dropping very soon with the Shane Penguin. His name is EZ BlueZ, Long Island raised and Elm City made. And you know it's Monday. The only black person I know who does not like The Last Dragon.
That's true.
And Good Times.
It's also true.
The OG Blurred himself. I hope I can hear him. Supervillain to many. Superhero to the ones that matter. His name is the Professor. This is Three Nerds Venting. Three grown men discussing pop culture every Monday, 12 Eastern on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven and on the streaming on New Haven Independent Facebook page. Myself, Preston, Easy, and Professor. Just a couple warnings before we really get started. Spoilers alert. We will give out spoilers. If all three of us collectively have seen a project, we will give spoilers. This is your only warning we're going to give out for the broadcast. We do give spoilers. Do we care if you've seen it? No, we don't, because we saw it.
Yeah, and to be honest, only two of the three of us have to see it. We're probably going to spoil it for the other one too. We'll try not to.
Three of us have to see it. Do not care. Three of us have to see it.
I'm just saying.
We do not play nice. Three of us have to see it.
Okay.
Jesus. Messing up the flow. God. I cannot take this no more. And this is pre-recorded. So we will touch all the topics that are happening, because so much is talking about within pop culture and in the nerd world. We will discuss it, but if we discuss it at a later time, we're just letting you know right now these episodes are pre-recorded, so if we talk about some stuff, it may be a little later than you expected, but we will cover it to the best of our ability. But we did attend the con. It was the Indie Comics Creator Con, and gentlemen, I want to know your thoughts and opinions, the good, the bad, the ugly, what you would change, what would you not change, and how great did you feel within our local community to see a whole bunch of heads loving comics and loving independent creators? I'll start this off because I'm in a good mood right now.
Okay.
I loved being in there. I wish my only disappointment is myself. I wish I had enough battery within my phone. I wish I had better equipment to record everybody there. For those of you who do not know, beforehand this episode airs, our reaction to what happened, a piece is going to be released. It's going to be like a two-parter. You're going to get a whole week of Three Nerds Venting with just us going into that Indie Creator Comic-Cons. And shout out to Matthew Sardo, who had us up in there with the little comp tickets and interviewing all the guests. It was a really great honor just to be there and just like interviewing so many creators. There were like 150 tables. I believe we got a good 2/3 out of that.
Yeah,
we had to.
We got a lot.
Just with us three, we got like 2/3 out of that. If I would have had my equipment in order to shoot and film, oh my God, we would have had the whole thing. So I'm taking accountability for myself. But it was just great being there, just the environment, just the vibe. Every convention I go to, there's no negativity. Thank God, knock on wood, walking in there. Everyone is just happy to show their artwork. And the part that I loved about it was all independent artwork too, from what I've seen. One of my favorite vendors was a comic based on seagulls, killer seagulls saving the world.
Nice.
It's just dying. I think it was called Fur Gold. I gotta look it up. I know it's recorded. Shout out to Young Reese, who was my cameraman. He was helping me record. stuff at the Comic-Con, but it was killer seagulls helping out and saving the world at a time, and their exchange for their treatment is just a piece of meat to eat, which I really loved. Another one, table that I love too. I met the original artist of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic. One of the original artists, just right, and he had the old school prints from the 1980s, just for his comic book print. He was just telling me about just the original writer, and back in the day, and how big it was a phenomenon. Now he thought it wasn't going to be a success, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right now, because when you think about it, making that idea at the time, you would not know that would be a success. 4 turtles mutated with ooze, growing up to be these iconic superheroes that children love. You would not know at all. So it was just great being in that aspect. Another one that I love, the vendor table, is called Punk Taco. Tacos saving the world in outer space. And that author worked with Chuck D for a comic. So Chuck D's comic of Public Enemy was right there. So I was working with that comic at the same time with that. It was a great experience. Professor, is the mic in full effect?
Yeah, we're good to go. We're
good. Beautiful. That's a perfect transition to you, brother. It was so good to meet the guy. He was telling me stories about Chuck D just being in there, and how he worked with him, and he was selling Chuck D comic books of Public Enemy, which was a great time. And
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. I wish you. Oh man,
it was just so much there. There's so much to name at the time. There's other vendors, but these are the top 3 that came to mind in mention. You know, when I think about when I got really excited, there's so much memories that I had here from that one day alone, mind you. That's my own. That's something I'm not cool with, but I understand because of structure, because of money, because of things of that nature. How it was only one day. Because when we had an interview with Matt a couple weeks ago, few weeks ago, this is gonna be aired in a long amount of time. He said he's trying to make it into a weekend event, which I think will be really, really successful. Because mind you, this is bigger than it was last year.
Right.
Last year, all they had was that room, that big clouded room when we went in that first time. We were just navigating the area. All they had was that room last year. Last year was their first year. This year, you had a walkway all the way down. You had different panels. He only had one panel last year, and then it grew into that. So hopefully, I hope he has more than one building next year. I hope it gets bigger and better for Matt and the team. You know what? I called on Easy too much, Professor. I'm gonna go to you to see your reaction. The main event is gonna be Easy Blues. When you talk about just reactions with this great con that we saw, go right ahead, man.
Well, I got to tell you, I felt at home there. Like I've been to other cons. I've been to a couple other cons.
Right.
And the scale was massive, right? It felt really overwhelming. This one didn't feel as much. It felt like really, really like, first of all, the creators that were there, I thought they were all really, really amazing.
Absolutely.
And it all felt
hands
fresh
down, yes.
and right. It felt like really, really fresh. And some of the works that I saw, I was super, super impressed with, because like the story was like nothing that you'd ever heard before. And there was this one character, this one guy, I forgot his name, but he did interesting takes on stuff that you knew about. So it was like kind of his take on them, and the stories that he was telling from that. That's the type of stuff that I was like really looking forward to. And let me tell you, every creator that I encountered, that I interviewed, it paid off, because they were all amazing. So, and I got to meet the guy that did Celebrity Deathmatch, all the puppets. That was amazing. So yeah, this was really, really, there was a lot of great creators, and there was a lot of great creators of color there. which I wasn't expecting to be so many, but there was a lot there, and I was like really, really impressed. So it was. I'm thankful that you guys allowed me to be there.
Oh yeah, definitely had to.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, it would have been an insult not to have you there, bro.
Yeah, the only thing that I think they should have had was like more food upstairs. So
Yeah, word.
Yo,
other than that,
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yo, funny story. Before we get to Easy, I apologize. I love you, brother. A woman who was very nice, to myself and Reese, who was my cameraman, my little brother Reese. We were like going around, just like recording stuff. He's like, "Yo, if you're interested, there's a little pizza area right there." Like we were going. I was some pizza, what I'm saying? I had a little press pass. We were like, I was happy, and we were going through. We wanted to get some of the pizza over there, and young Reese, we would run around, and we were hungry, we were famished, and we interviewed like at least like 30 tables that day.
Wow.
And we were going through, and I think I told you and the professor as well too, Easy, that about the little pizza area.
Yeah, no, we and Professor and I were talking about it because we
didn't we see the pizza coming in?
We saw the pizza coming in.
We were
sitting by the elevator.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me go in, and then we got blocked off. It was for creators only. I got disappointed, but I understood at the same time.
Right.
Because you gotta have an area just for them to unwind a little bit and then come back out there and talk to the public. So I understand that they needed that, but like a nice food truck outside would have been cool. Dope. Because like Southern Connecticut, they have a university. They have a lot of seating areas outside. People could have just sat down and chilled at, which I thought would have been a good fit.
Right.
But that was my pet peeve too. Easy, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's fine. Obviously, everything's going to be very, very similar, except my favorite part about the entire experience is going to each table with the professor and the excitement that this man had in his heart and the depth of his wallet was just absolutely amazing.
He was in his bag.
This man donated to the arts, folks. Donated to the arts. I can tell you this right now. He's more than just words on the page. This man put his money where his mouth was, and man, there was a lot of money for a lot of mouth. And it's also really cool because it also he connected to watch him connect with the interviewee, made me change up a little bit how I was trying to connect with them.
Oh, he stepped your game up.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Iron polishes iron, bro.
Okay.
Come on,
you stepped your game up. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sir.
Also, because of that, I bought way too many gosh darn comics.
I was tempted to buy some.
It was worth it, man. It was worth it.
I was tempted to buy some, man. Like I wanted to go back. Tell me about Outer Space. Tell me about that.
Outer Space is a phenomenal comic, and it's by a same one that released a comic that said this comic kills fascists.
Ooh,
yeah,
cool.
That's really I was cool. Like, I need to talk to these people. I actually kind of. There's one time I looked at the professor and said, no, this table's for me.
Oh, man. You guys had to fight over tables? Get out of here.
Just that one. I was like, no, this one's for me.
Yep.
Anytime professor be like, I really want to do that. I'd be like, go ahead, do that one, man. That's dope. You should totally take that table. I'm totally fine with that. But this one, I was like, no, sir. And then when we were standing next to each other, the air got dank, which was, which was dope. He's like, I thought it was just me. I was like, nope, it's me too. It's fine.
It was me too.
That was amazing. It was amazing.
So, but yeah, Outer Space is about the aliens coming down and taking over, and they're having to start a draft, and them drafting stoners.
Oh, it was great. Really? I read that. I read the whole comic. Yeah. It was phenomenal. It was so well written. The art was cool. Man, listen, the creators were amazing.
Yeah.
You feel that could be made into a movie today?
It should.
I
think it should. I think it's you.
I think it lands more. I think it lands more in an episodic. I would like to
A
see this
TV episode? Okay.
like a Walking Dead type of
Okay.
thing.
Yep.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
fair
saying?
enough.
Yep.
That would be dope. You know, really get to know the stoner characters and live in their universe and understand why they've given up on life.
It was great.
Really,
It was great.
yeah, so good.
Easy.
So,
Any Kevin Smith / Clerks activity out in the con? Because like there's one in every convention. Was there some in this one? It was even though it was local.
There actually was that one dude who was in the full jersey.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
He was in the full jersey, and I was like, I shout out to that. That's dope. And I explained, I have the 7 of the 37 tattooed on my finger.
I think I didn't see any cosplayers. Even though
No,
I was happy to be
that
there, I didn't see any
yeah,
cosplayers there, which is really.
I didn't either.
It was a little disappointing to me, but I understand, because they
But if
focus
they
more on
made
their
it
material.
2 days, though, if they made it 2 days and had
Yeah.
it so that they could still cosplay in the hotel, and then so one thing can lead to another, and then you wind up going, where did they get the tentacle from? You know what I'm saying? I think you'll see more cosplay type of aspect of that. I think it was more the consumer was coming down, not the loyal fan. The consumer was coming, which dude, you need the consumer. Don't get me wrong.
You do, and I think a lot of people came out and showed up. Which
And
is really
and
good.
hold on, I have to find out
advocate.
too. I have to find out, how was the soda?
It was delicious.
Okay.
It really felt like it tastes just like sour grapes. But it was like it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. And the comic book was hilarious. It was called Sour Grapes.
This was
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, it was. So as soon as we walked in, there was a guy there, and I was like excited because he had like merch out. He had his comics, and he had like bottles of stuff. And I'm like, this is real Fallout type stuff, And I'm thinking this, but I ended up buying a comic, and he was like, because I was gonna buy a soda and a comic just because. And the guy was like, well, you buy a comic, you get the free soda. I was like,
oh, cool,
got it. So, but it was cool. It was really cool. One of the things that was really interesting, the guy taught me something. So there was this character that this guy created. Well, he didn't create it. It was a series called The Green Archer, right? And I look at it, and I'm like, oh, he's like, kind of fighting off of the Green Arrow. Come to find out, and then I looked it up myself later on. The guy who created the Green Arrow character for DC, he got that character from the Green Archer. So the Green Archer is one of those. He's one of those public domain characters and stuff. And I was talking to the guy because I had when I was drawing comic books and when I first started making video games and stuff, right? I was looking at using some of the public domain characters and bringing them back. Bringing them back for that. So that's kind of what he was doing. He has 3 different characters that are actual golden age, but they're public domain characters. And I was like, that's dope. So that's really the level of creativity that I was seeing in there. It was a lot of really, really cool creators. And I thought that was a brilliant idea.
No, using the public domain characters is a dope idea because it's free.
Yep. Look, Disney's been doing it for years. So, I mean,
for
why not?
years. Yeah, why not?
They're still doing it. I mean, whatever, and they've made billions off of it. So, but yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what these creators were doing, man. I mean, I was totally impressed.
I love the fact I saw creators from everywhere though, which made me
Yeah.
happy. I saw some from Scotland, United Kingdom. There were some creators from Germany as well too, New York, Massachusetts, not just Connecticut. Even though Connecticut did show up, there were some Connecticut creators up there, and they did show up improved. But I love the fact I get to talk to different people around the world who were just entering New Haven for the very first time, which is really cool. Easy.
Okay.
My apologies, man. Go ahead.
No, it was really dope, seeing all the different types of origin stories, and to see it in the actual level, and to shake hands,
bro,
and to get to know the artists. And I look forward, we connected with a lot of artists, so I look forward to having a bunch of them on the shows for interviews and different stuff like that. I look forward to seeing where they're going to go, like Popcore or the Jurassic Parkour, or the Jurassic Parkour. Yeah.
There was
Jurassic
some
Park.
amazing stuff.
It's some phenomenal stuff. What was your favorite one that because I'm assuming you've blown through all of your material,
Not yet. Tetra though is that one from that young girl Chelsea.
right?
That series is dope.
All
I
right.
ain't gonna hold you.
Can I
That
be
series
real?
is
Can I
dope.
be real with you? Can I be
Yes.
real
You
with
can be real
Yeah,
with us
yeah.
on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. It's time for the realness. Go ahead, Easy Blues.
It was another beautiful moment because, at least on an intellectual level, I'm not going to say anything else, and I'm not going to tease you about it or anything like that. But
Okay.
I felt there was such a beautiful connection between you and the creator of Tezra that, like, I was like,
I agree.
aw, aw, aw. And I had to walk away because I didn't want to like spoil it or I'm like do anything goofy to
It
ruin
was
it for you.
cool. No, it was
Mm.
cool that she wanted me to come back and take a picture with
Yeah.
showing
And she
that
posted
was
the
dope.
picture and tagged you in it.
Did she?
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
Oh shoot. I got to check it out. But it was amazing. She was really, really talented. So yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
These onions, man. These onion people are cutting is crazy. Oh, bro. Oh, man, I didn't know about that. I didn't know.
Oh, it was amazing.
Bro.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Maybe we answered this question because we gave our honest opinions on everything that happened at the convention. But what would we do different?
Two days.
2 days?
2 days and add nightlife.
There was nightlife. There was an after
Yes,
party.
but
There was an after party.
there's difference between an after party and then the party in between the 2 days, and then the final, like when the convention's over after party.
Yeah.
That when the convention's over after party, I've been to a bunch of them. I just went to one this weekend, and
Right.
I'm still recovering. Yeah, literally walked in the door, sat down, and started podcasting because I'm dedicated.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man. Definitely dedication.
It's that hurrah dedication. But yeah, no, it's definitely we need to be 2 days. I was talking with Chris about it too, because you get the town of New Haven, the city of New Haven, a little bit more involved. If you can't get the city itself involved, get its people involved.
Absolutely.
So like I would talk with some of the punk rock scene and some of the goth scene and some all these scenes, and see if I can run some type of show in 3 different locations that night, and have that going off for the overnight. And then on the final night, have a big after party at Cafe 9 or or somewhere where it matters in New Haven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I
somewhere
understand.
that is like a historic spot in New Haven. And if it's going to be a small one, then you do Firehouse 12. I'm not saying do Firehouse 12. I'm saying do Cafe 9.
Necessarily, I would not do Cafe 9. I would do that street where Elm City Games is at and where Barcade is at. I
Right.
think that would be a nice,
Oh, you doing if you
like
if,
an outside type of thing. If it's pretty cool, if the weather's good out.
If the weather's got to be good though,
If you like postpone the date later, like in a May or June.
But the weather wasn't bad. The weather was not bad. They could have got away with it. And
it's a 50-50 though. It's a
right.
50-50.
Yeah.
It's a 50.
I'm just
March is
saying,
always a 50-50.
Take the chance. Take the swing, bro. Take the swing. Take the chance.
Yeah, and I can just
because you're probably getting it at a better rate anyway.
That's true. That's true. But you can incorporate Cafe 9 too, because Cafe 9 is not a long walk from Barcade and Elm City Games. But I think I would incorporate them into it. I'll talk to Alternate Universe.
Obviously, Barcade into that, and all Alternate Universe
downtown.
I'll
definitely do some stuff.
What about that place? What about that place?
Yeah,
with everyone's favorite
the Owl's Nest or whatever it's called.
Owl Shop.
Owl Shop.
No, they had. It's been a lot of years since I've been over there to even look at it.
Yeah,
they used to have this. Southern used to have this bar that was it was connected to them.
That's right, because the team is named the Owls. I forgot. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was connected to them, and like that's where, and it wasn't that far from where we were, and that's where a lot of their people would go.
Right.
So they had it was right on Whaley Avenue. So if you're going up Fitch Street and you take a right, It's right like maybe a couple of blocks from there, and it was a pretty nice establishment. They had good wings, you know.
Right.
It was a pretty decent place. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it still exists or anything like that, but I think if it's at Southern, I think getting some of the establishments around there involved too,
Right.
I think would probably be kind of cool.
Since you
Definitely.
mentioned food, I would have that dining area open
Yeah.
where the Dunkin' Donuts
Yep,
was
yep,
and like all
yep.
those other
Easy. Dude,
restaurants.
that's
Easily,
easy
that's
money
easy
right there.
money.
That
Easy
I
is
would
money.
have
easy
had
money.
all that open that day because people will go downstairs to get something to eat and come right back up.
Right. Oh,
And
absolutely.
if you can't
And you
keep
had the
that
dining
part
area
open,
too. Yeah.
say you can't keep that part open because of, hiring restraints or
Yeah, absolutely.
hours of operation restraints, something as simple as a food truck
Right.
outside will make
Or
them.
a catering area down at that spot where all the little food stuff is at in that
Yeah.
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah, that could
They could have
work
done
too.
that too. Yeah,
They could
They
set up
could,
that would
some
have
yeah.
been really
ghost
good.
kitchens. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
Set
could
up
have done that.
yeah, to get the
They
ghost
could have
kitchens
they
there.
could have hit up our good friends at Healthy Heart.
Heartfelt catering. Yeah.
Heartfelt catering. He could have come down and knocked it out of the park with some amazing food.
There's a lot. There's stuff that could have been different, but
Right.
overall, it was a phenomenal experience. I had a great time there. I had a great time talking to different people there. Just the community came out just for that convention, and I'm looking forward to what's in store for 2026 next year. I really
Right.
am. I think they're in the
Right.
right direction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no matter what they're doing, no matter what, and if they take our any of our advice, they don't take any of our advice. Doesn't matter. You guys are knocking it out of the park. When literally the biggest complaint we have is we weren't allowed to have the food we weren't allowed to have anyway.
Right.
Is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're like
exactly.
the fluffiness inside the three of us were like we just needed to be fed better. You know, that's that's a positive. That's a big positive.
Mm. Speaking of big positives, let's go right into it, man. I love the new Andor trailer from Star Wars. I'm excited for season 2. I'm going to have to rewatch the first season of Andor to get up in speed because it's been a while since that first season debuted on Disney Plus. But from what I've seen, this trailer is going to be big. I think it's going to be even 10 times better than season 1. So there's no complaints for me. I want to be surprised. I didn't think I think they gave the information and they gave the teasers of what they wanted to put out to the public. And I'm excited for this. I really am. This has been one of the things that's been done right with Star Wars besides The Mandalorian was Andor and Rogue One. And Rogue One is definitely one of my favorite, actually I'd say top 3 of my Star Wars movies. I give it the first Star Wars, Empire, and Rogue One. Those are my top 3 Star Wars movies, in my personal opinion.
I like it.
And that's my spiel. I'm talking to 2 huge Star Wars fans right now, Easy BlueZ and the Professor. Yeah, they're about that life.
I got Tatooine behind me on a map. And
Got
so
Tatooine behind you. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's real.
I got tattooed here, right here.
it's always a great time to be a Star Wars fan. I didn't think
Right.
Disney had any misses when it came to
Nah.
just the TV show and the movies and even the animes when it came out to Star Wars. I think they've done a phenomenal job. Easy BlueZ, what are your thoughts on this brand new trailer from Andor?
I'm looking forward to it, and again, the first season came out at a horrible time in my existence.
Right.
So I have to give it another view through and give it another chance. Because the second season has made me super excited. And the one thing that I did miss about a lot of the Star Wars stuff that I felt was lacking in Andor will be there with my favorite character. There has to still be this sense of humor, especially when all of these people are going to die.
Right.
I need you need to give me some sort of levity to bring me through to the other side of that.
You need to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I need a little bit of laughter, and I think with my favorite KS, whatever his name is, KRS or whatever, KRS1, I don't know, whatever his name is. That's not
We
his
got
name.
you.
K2SO.
K2SO,
K2SO?
K2S1,
Yeah.
K2S1. Yes. Um, I think I think that'll really bridge it better for me. But that being said, you're not wrong. The Star Wars, they haven't really failed yet. They haven't pulled a Marvel, you know.
No, not at all.
So I mean, in the TV series type of way. We're not talking about the movies. Let's move on.
Noted. But I think they're in a great direction.
Yeah.
I also got a question not that I didn't put on the syllabus that I want to ask you guys, which I think will be really cool, Star Wars related. But go ahead, Professor. I want to know how you feel.
Really quickly, I liked it.
Nice.
I stopped watching it midway because I was getting too excited. And Andor to me is one of those shows where I don't need to watch a trailer. I already know what's about to happen.
Right.
I already know, not meaning like I know what the story is going to be about, but I know there's greatness.
Right.
I know there's greatness, and I want to witness it unfettered. I do not want to. So I stopped midway through the
you want two things from your trailer: time and place. That's all you want. It's time and place. Give me the symbol. Go about my day.
Right. And I was like, all right, I've seen everything I need to see. When it drops, I'm gonna be on it. Yeah, day one, I'm gonna be there. That's it.
Now,
okay. Now the question:
do we need an episode 10, 11, and 12? I don't think it's not needed. Is it needed with all the backstory and all the stories that haven't been told in the Knights of the Old Republic, and even going way back thousands of years before the Skywalker saga that they've written books on that haven't been talked about yet? Is 10, 11, and 12 needed? Do we need to move forward when there's so much in the past that we can go and see so many stories?
We have to. Yeah, we have to go. We have to go through the past, and the going through the past also is going in different directions. Don't get me wrong. Like I want start to flesh out about the witches. Start to flesh out about the Gray Jedi. I want to see that movie. I want to see what it was like. Show me what it was like to actually be in the Jedi Academy. Training every single day. Give me that. Give me. I don't care. 10, 11, and 12 can continue to happen. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But 10, 11, and 12 could also be for the prequels.
I say
go back.
Ended at 9, bro. I say ended at 9, and
I'd say ended at 6.
We Return of the Jedi, which is a great film. I love Return of the Jedi.
I end it with Ewoks and call it a day. That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't. But I follow the books. I follow the books. After Jedi, I follow the books.
I understand, but realistically, it did end at 9 so far. But I don't think a 10, 11, and 12 is needed right now, being a Star Wars fan today, because they've done leaps and bounds when it comes to the television. And because I believe what Bob Iger said, the future of Star Wars is television.
Oh, yeah.
Those were his exact words, and I totally believe it with the material that we got brought out, especially the cartoons, man. Bad Batch.
Bad Batch was
so good.
So good.
Bad Batch was so good. The Clone Wars so good. Professor, you're focused. I love it when you're focused, bro. You're ready to drop some gospel to me. Go ahead, man.
As long as I'm not against a 10, 11, and 12. But here's the thing. No Rey, no Finn. No, absolutely not. They do not deserve to be there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They don't. There's no reason for them to show up again. I know they're gonna pop up. Well, I know she's gonna pop up, but there's no reason for them to be there. I'd like to see, this wannabe Sith take her out. I mean, if we're being honest, I want her to lose their Force powers. I
You
don't
want to
wish
lose
to
her
see it.
powers.
Yes, I want her to lose her force powers.
Oh man.
I
Now,
want.
see, hold
I
on, hold
want-
on, hold on. Before we, that would be a good story. Lose the powers and try to fight to get him back using that character as a thing. I would
Not
love.
at
I would
all.
love that.
Not at all. Done.
okay.
I mean, done.
Kill the
When I mean
character off.
done, I mean kill her off. Done.
Oof.
Finn,
Oof.
same thing. Kill him off. Done.
Oof.
I
Done.
kind of think Finn was done dirty though. I
Good.
think Finn
He deserved
was
it. Good. He deserved it.
Why you think he deserved it, bro? What was the Finn hate come from, bro? I love
here's the
Finn.
thing.
I like Finn a lot.
You know what? I rooted for him when I saw him take off the mask. I'm like, finally, we get a black stormtrooper, right? I was cool
Right.
with that. Then I
Mhm.
saw how much of a sucker MC he was. Come on, like,
Mm.
he
He
was
was
a
soft.
waste.
He was too soft
He
for
was-
you.
No, it wasn't even. You know what it is? That girl that was in love with him was too good for him. Let's just start there. She was way too good for him.
There's a
While he was
Chinese one I
chasing
was in
Ra-
love.
Yeah,
Chinese
yeah,
one? Yeah.
She was
one,
amazing.
yeah.
Mhm.
She was an amazing character.
Yeah, she
Right?
was good. She was good. Yeah.
She's the character
Yeah,
you
that's
ride
valid.
off in the sunset with, and
Okay.
you like help defend the universe with her behind you.
Gotcha.
But this whole chasing and simping for Ray, when she wasn't even thinking about you, cuz like seriously, knock it off, sir, knock it off. And like he just was like a wasted character. They wasted too much film on that character. I would have been okay if he got friendly fire and somebody took him out, and then he would have been gone. Oh, that would
Dude.
Finn. Oh, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
I wish Phasma would have said, "Oh, and by the way, sir, yeah, I know you're the rampant stormtrooper. You're done. Boom." I would have been okay with that.
Damn.
He does not deserve another piece of film at all. He does not belong in that universe. Ray does not belong in that universe. I don't know. No, you
This
don't
is-
you don't get to change your name to Skywalker because you're a Palpatine and
say what you mean
so-
and mean what
no,
you
thank
say.
you.
Yo.
No, thank you. You're
This
two are
is
done.
this is when I really wish we did have sound effects, because right now that whole clip.
I'll be dropping
Yes,
some bomb sound
yeah.
effects right now.
Oh, I'd be sitting there
my-
going, "Yes, he deserves to die, and I hope he burns in hell."
Exactly.
You could get.
He-
oh,
oh
my
my goodness.
god, that's crazy.
Friendly fire.
Is it friendly?
I would
no,
I
he
would
wants
love
it taken out by friendly fire.
I would love that happened. Oh my goodness. Oh my
It'd be-
goodness.
he wants him taken out, like falling on his own pistol.
I
Like, he
hope
trips,
Poe
he falls, and he
Dameron
shoots himself.
accidentally
No.
runs him over with an X-wing. I mean,
Oh
he gotta
man!
he gotta go.
Wow!
He gots to go.
Wow!
He gots to go. I'll take Jar Jar Binks over him any day.
Come on,
Jar
man.
Jar can come
Yo.
back.
Time
Yo,
out. Time out.
Hold
Time
on,
out.
hold
Time out.
on, bro.
Time out.
Wow, wait
Time
a
out.
second.
Time
wait.
out. Time out. Oh, rewind the past couple seconds, man. Come on, man. You can't compare Jar Jar to Fit. Nah, man. Come on.
Darth Jar Jar? You ain't see Darth Jar? Yeah,
That's the
Darth
conspiracy
Jar Jar.
theory of
Yeah.
Jar Jar.
That's
He's the reason why
different.
please, that I would oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But hold on. Give me 2 seconds here, because you actually just proved the point. You took the character, and when you saw the character done much
Yeah.
better, you put that character there. I think there's still potential for Finn. There's still story to be told with Finn, so I still think Finn can be repaired. I don't think Rey can be repaired. Maybe she starts up before school and gets chopped up and goes about the day or something along those lines. But yeah, I don't. I'd love to see her taken out by like a force witch. That'd be dope.
Yep. Oh, that would be dope. And then disappear.
Yeah.
Then just force disappear.
Just
Force
force
bling,
disappear.
Bling, bling. Just disappear.
Dang.
Just disappear.
I'm trying to move the story forward, bro.
She got to go. He got to
I
go.
wanted the real. I got it, man. I can't be mad at myself. I
Wow.
wanted the realness. I got it. I wanted this brutal honesty, and I got it from y'all, man. And I'm really happy.
So,
this
and I
happened.
apologize to answer your question.
You don't
I
need
do
to
think it should
apologize.
be. 10, 11, and 12, but just not with those two. They need to go
Okay,
to a
what
galaxy
what
far,
character
far
to set it
away.
off then? What character to set it off?
You know what? That Poe
There's gotta be a
Dameron character. I really like that character.
Which character again?
Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, I got you.
I really like that that character. I thought he was brilliantly done. He felt like a Skywalker. You know what I mean?
So for him,
gave me,
getting his own powers, or not,
yes.
even actually twist, not having his own powers and being a Jedi, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a Han Solo.
That's never really done. Yeah, that's never really been done before. A Jedi without powers,
right,
doing his thing. That's a pretty cool concept.
That would be dope. So I mean, honestly, that particular character, because he gave me a little bit of rogue feeling sometimes. He made it feel like he was like the Han Solo of that time.
Right.
And I dug that. But those two characters, Finn and Rey, they stuck out like a sore thumb. So I was already on the hates with the universe the way it was in those movies anyway. I was already on the hates with it. And again, I'm thankful that the Mandalorian brought us back to the universe, but I was already not happy about what I was seeing.
But I am happy with being on the air with you three on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Professor, continue.
So as the story is going on, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, this can't get any worse. And it did. And it did. every movie, it got worse. And then we got to the last one with dude all like, Palpatine all like messed up and all, wires everywhere and crap. And they keeping him like he's like a waterbed. He was like a waterbed.
He was like a waterbed. All right.
Fuels and fluids into him and stuff. I was like, you know what? And then dude, the Knights of Ren turned on dude. And I was like, all right. I mean, I thought he was whack anyway. I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. That scene when Luke had him shook and it was just his Force ghost or whatever.
Yeah,
that was
that
cool.
projection. That was dope.
That was cool to see.
Dude was like losing it. That was possibly my favorite scene of any of the movies.
Yeah,
right.
Any of those three. Right?
Yeah.
So
Luke was cooking. I agree.
was cooking. So I was like, that was dope. That was dope. I'm mad that they took him out though. That annoyed me. But whatever. But again, there are so many other stories to tell. And now that they've tapped into some of the other works and stuff like that,
right?
There can be 10, 11, and 12 just without them. They don't need to be there.
Okay.
So
no, that's fair.
To follow the formula they do.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair statement.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
To follow the formula of the first six, they do, because they've got to be the ones to die in the next films. In the first film, you had Obi-Wan die. In the first film, you had, I believe, Han die.
Yep.
In the second film, you had Yoda die. In the second film, you had Luke die.
Right.
In the third film, you had Leia die. In the third film, you had Darth Vader die. So
one Darth Vader was
no, Darth Vader died.
Yeah, the third one, yeah.
And it became his redemption story.
Right.
He dies by killing the Emperor, but the Emperor doesn't die.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 7, 8, 9. Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
I misheard you. I'm sorry. I was multitasking.
7, 8,
my
so
apologies. So go ahead.
You have these people pass through, and they're from they're all strong characters from the movies before, the universe before. So to stick with that formula, you need them on there. But the way to do that and to do it good, is to, I would say, kill off Rey first, kill Finn in the second, and then kill Poe in the third.
Woo.
They need to kill Finn within the first 2 minutes of the movie. First minute of the movie. Kick him down the Sarlacc pit. Do something.
So
do
much
something.
tension you wanted to happen,
hate, bro.
You wanted to happen.
Yeah, yo, you're saying he's calling for it, sir.
First 30
Calling
seconds.
for it.
First 30 seconds of the movie. First 30 seconds.
Calling for it.
That's it.
All right.
That's
All
it.
right. Last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes on a good note. We want to talk about death ending the episode. Overrated, underrated, waste of time. Breakfast cereals.
Who can I go
Overrated,
first?
underrated, waste of time.
BlueZ.
Breakfast cereals. Professor's mood has been turned around upside down with a smile. Go ahead. You are first. Go ahead, sir.
Overrated Frosted Flakes, hands down. Hands
Okay,
down.
cool. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm
Okay.
cool with that. I'm cool with that. No argument there. Hands down. It gets too soggy fast. Go ahead.
My waste of time. Sorry, Cheerios. You gotta go. Sorry, Cheerios. Sorry. I don't care what you put on it. I don't care if you frost it. I don't care if you honey nut it. I don't care if you strawberry it. I don't care what you do to it. I don't care if you chocolify it. I don't care what you do with it. You gotta go. I'm sorry. You still taste like little mice feet. I don't know what it is, but it's terrible. That is the worst. It's the worst cereal. How you imagine a mice's feet would taste like. That's what Cheerios tastes like. No matter how much
Cheerios
milk you put
taste
on
like
it, it's
feet.
dry.
You heard this
It's
first.
dry. No
Cheerios
matter how
tastes like mice feet. Yes.
it could be floating. It could be floating in like a trough even of milk, and the cereal's still gonna be dry. Yes, it can be soggy but
Okay.
dry on the inside. How is that possible?
That's fair.
It defies the laws of physics. That's what that is. My underrated, and I don't care. People can at me. King Vitamin.
King Vitamin. I never heard of this.
King's.
Nah.
That hurts my heart.
I haven't heard of it.
Really?
Nah.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. That was
missing out.
the only cereal that almost knocked Captain Crunch off the throne. I'm not a captain. I'm a king.
Okay.
The dude was on the box, and the king with the and he had this dope like outfit, and his cereal was fire. It was for those kids like me who grew up poor, who couldn't afford Captain Crunch and couldn't be on the ship with him or his Crunch Berries.
So it was a store brand?
Yes, it was a knockoff, but
Store brand has some
it
good
tasted
cereals
so.
there too. Yeah.
I know it tasted so much better than. Matter of fact, let me look at Stop and Shop, see if they have any King Vitamin, because they brought him back.
Okay, they brought him back.
But King Vitamin was fire.
King
I will
Vitamin.
eat that cereal to this day. I love that cereal so much. That's my 3.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Nah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go because I feel this. So my overrated is all the name brand cereals, period, because there's a knockoff and a generic version that's so much cheaper that tastes just the same, if not better sometimes.
All right, name brand cereals.
You take your bougie,
yes, sir.
bougie, ASS cash, money in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go about your day because the all name brand cereals are just massively overrated.
Understandable. Yes, sir.
Generic is the way to go. If you grew up eating generic cereal, you really grew up, and you're on something, and we appreciate you.
Yep.
Understandable.
And then overrated. So it was overrated. Waste of time. I have to agree with homie about the Cheerios. I feel like they are a waste of time. And I'm someone who's I've had grape nuts, and I would take grape nuts over Cheerios, and grape nuts is like eating gravel.
It is. Holy moly.
All right. But at least there's a little bit of flavor to the grape nuts. There's no flavor.
I changed the core to overrated, underrated, waste of time, and non-existent. Non-existent should be grape nuts, man.
And then my underrated.
Yes, sir.
Blueberry.
Blueberry was good.
Blueberry was better than good and deserved a year-round cereal.
I agree with that.
Count Chocula and Frankenberry were holding Blueberry down.
They were holding him down.
Free Blueberry.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God! I'm gonna tell you something that you might not remember. Easy. You remember they had Frankenberry. He was the Frankenstein monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they had Count Chocula, who was the vampire, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had Blueberry was the ghost. Do you remember Fruit Brute, the werewolf cereal?
No.
Oh,
I
they
gotta look
had the
this up. I
werewolf
gotta
cereal.
look this up, yo.
It was amazing.
It was good.
Oh my god, yeah. That and Blueberry were my favorites of all of
Yeah.
them.
And Blueberry
Oh.
deserved that to run year round. It shouldn't just be
I
on
agree with that.
Halloween.
I agree with
All right?
that.
Nonsense.
I co-signed that. I agree
Yeah.
with that. That was
So-
my jam. Blueberry? What?
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fruit
Waste
Brute. Oh
of
my God.
time for me, Raisin Bran.
Okay.
I do not like Raisin Bran.
I'm laughing because I love that cereal. Oh my
They
God.
had
2 scoops.
Raisin Bran Crunch was 10 times better than Raisin Bran. So Raisin
Okay.
Bran is a waste of time for me. It was just a
Alright.
whole bunch of soaked up ugh. And then I can go on and on and on, but Raisin Bran gives me terrible memories. Overrated. Smacks. I wasn't crazy about Smacks. They gave up. Smacks is overrated for me. I can eat it. It's good, but Smacks wasn't good. It was okay.
Sugar Smacks. It was better when it was Sugar Smacks.
I know, it sure was.
'Cause
Smacks
that was
Smacks
like
to me didn't
crack for
smack.
children.
Smacks to me didn't smack.
Sugar Smacks was crack for children.
Smacks to me
Golden
didn't
Crisp.
smack, bro.
Golden Crisp was good too.
Golden Crisp was
Golden
good,
Crisp?
but Smacks, nah, Smacks was no. I can't deal with the Smacks, man.
Can't get enough Super Golden Crisp. That was my jam.
Underrated to close this show off. My underrated cereal. It's not King Vitamin, but underrated is not King Vitamin. That was Professor's pick. But my underrated, it was so unhealthy for you, but so delicious. I loved it, and believe they still sell this. I don't know if the Walmart in Wallingford, Connecticut, is still around, but Rice Krispie Treat cereal was so good.
What?
It was so good. It was so much better
Diabetes
than
in a
Rice
box.
Krispies. It was delicious, Rice Krispies, and I hated Rice Krispies. I hated
never
Rice
liked-
Krispies.
I don't like Rice Krispie treats, so eating a cereal.
It was up there with Raisin Bran for the waste of time. But Rice Krispies treat cereal was so good.
You just like marshmallow.
I like marshmallows.
That must be
but
it.
Rice
because-
Krispie treat cereal was really good and amazing. I loved it. It was phenomenal and underrated. I'm gonna give a second pick for my underrated. Second pick for my underrated too. Next is like an honorable mention, and I believe this doesn't get enough praise. Maybe it did, but I felt it didn't get enough praise. I love the Reese's Puff cereal. That was my underrated.
That one wasn't bad.
Reese's Puff cereal was one of my favorites because it turned the milk into peanut butter and chocolate, so you can still drink the milk at the end. So they thought of you.
I never drank the milk.
I hate milk. Listen, you had different options.
Yeah.
You had different options. You can use like almond milk or something. And you could have a chocolate version of it. Or
that's even grosser.
You can eat it like candy. It was that good. You had the peanut butter and the chocolate puffs. So that's my second honorable mention for underrated. Those are my picks. Professor, I feel you want to say something. I'll give that last minute to you so we can close off.
No, because I just bought the Reese's cereal, but I like the regular peanut butter version without the chocolate because I never liked the chocolate in it, right?
Right.
So I ordered the regular one because I'm a fan of the Captain Crunch, the peanut butter crunch. So, but the Reese's one tastes so much better than the peanut butter crunch one. So now I'm like a fan, but I get so nostalgic with the cereals. Like I remember I'm way old. Do you remember the Dunkin' Donuts cereal?
Yes.
I don't remember the Dunkin'
That
Donuts
one was
cereal.
good.
It was good. Okay.
Was good. Yeah, and they had two versions. They had like the chocolate one, and they had like the regular vanilla one, and they were really, really good. The Smurf cereal was good. The they had some really, really good cereals.
Yeah, no, they had some bangers.
We can go on and on with cereals. Actually, maybe that'll be a next topic for the Three Nerds event. We can go like foods that we love. Mark. Yeah, I think that's a nice way to go on. But we appreciate
Well,
you.
considering
Thank you.
that our biggest beef with a con was the fact that they didn't have the food we liked.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that makes a great episode.
It's a match in heaven. WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, Easy Blues, and it wouldn't be three nerds venting without the third nerd, the OG Blurred himself, the Professor. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and everybody stay well. WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or